Welcome to Spotlight in Business for September the 7th, 2022. I'm your host, Tammy Defoe, President, Founder, and Business Coach at GTApreneurs. And I have the pleasure of introducing to you today, Liz Jakoi. She's an amazing, holistic, transformational coach, and she will be the guest speaker at GTApreneurs' next virtual networking event on September the 14th. It's a Wednesday at noon. We're going to put the information to register below. But first, let's learn more about Liz. Thanks for coming today, Liz. How are you doing?
Oh, this is great. It's such an honor and a privilege to be with you here again, Tammy. I just love your group. I love GTApreneurs, and I really look forward and excited to presenting next week. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And I'm glad to have you here. This is going to be your third time speaking at a GTApreneurs event. So that's really exciting. And
Third,
it's the third time. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, time flies, right? But I mean, the great thing about you is that you're always developing yourself, your business and things like that. So you can offer more things to your clients, and really looking forward to the new tips you have for people to help them finish the year strong. We have only a few months left in 2022, and it's going to be great to get some tips from you and of course, motivation and, learn about some new things that have been going on that your clients can take benefit of. But first of all, tell everybody a little bit more about yourself.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't want to be here forever, so I'll try and keep it as short as after working in corporate for over 20 years, doing human resources, training and development, and coaching and career counseling, I decided I could make a better impact because I had this creative side, and I knew that I had potential within that really the corporate world was stifling. So I started working, doing my own business. So it really started with, as a kid, I always recognized that we all have potential within, and I noticed it within myself as well. I think I was thinking about this today, that the first book I ever read was Pulling Your Own Strings with Dr. Wayne Dwyer. I'm really aging myself here, but I wasn't consistent with it. Like, I've been doing personal development for decades, but what I noticed was I wasn't consistent with it. And so when I started getting consistent about 8 years ago, that's when I really noticed really being able to step into my power and really being able to really do those things that I truly was called to do. And I'm finally doing it. So, and that's what I do now, is helping successful business owners, entrepreneurs, some corporate executives as well. They're successful, but they know that they have more deep inside. They're yearning to do something more. And so, and they want to increase their income and of course, live a better lifestyle. So I really help people to do more in less time.
Excellent. Yeah, that's great. I think there's always room for people to improve in their lives. And, whether what type of position you're in, you're an executive, right? Or you're even just a worker, or, you're a solopreneur, that, we kind of still get into the day-to-day, right? What you're comfortable with, and we keep going. Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so sometimes we need that coach to help us to say, no, you can get to that higher level. You can do these things, even if you're afraid to do it. You've never done it before, and you walk them like week by week, right? You walk them through the process to help them finally reach that. Right.
Well, as many people know, fear is just false expectations appearing real. And that's what it is. It's just something we make up in our minds. It's just our natural primitive being to be fearful, because we have to be constantly on the alert. But I got news for us. There's no saber-toothed tiger anymore, right? It's all in our head, right?
Yeah,
so, but that's what people have to learn to understand. And there was a saying, and you probably know this too, and I'm sure you teach this to your business clients, that if we're not growing, we're dying, right? Like, we as human beings are really born, and really we need to grow and develop. If we don't, we're dying, really, literally. So
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. We need to do that, for our own selves, for our happiness, and for your business as well. Even like big corporations like McDonald's, I mean, they've changed their marketing over the years, right? And they're, different companies change their logo over the years, and they remodel the stores and stuff like that. So as a business owner, what you've been doing for so many years, you need to refresh that, once in a while, right? Because maybe either the clients you've had, now they're retiring, or they're, moving along, right, in their life and all that stuff. So then you have to refill those with new people who they're used to something different, right? Or, just maybe to keep your current people, right? You still have to just provide something different. So I think it's good but people don't know. They just get comfortable with, this is just what I do. And they don't know, what if I change something? What if somebody doesn't like the change I make and I turn someone away, right? Like, I think there are so many things that hold people back, you know, and, you know, other major life events that happen even, right? Where maybe, you know,
Transitions, yeah.
right, you know, like, you know, I had a friend who, you know, she got divorced, right? And she was just kind of at a point where like, I don't really know what to do with myself. You know, and you're still having kids and a husband and you're all of a sudden in this brave new world all by yourself, right? Then it's just like, how do I even, what direction can I even take? And so they just need someone to help them, right, to get to that next level. So I think that's the main thing of having that personal coach by your side that you can always count on. You can ask questions. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And then, you know, to get to that, the next place.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's typically what I do as well, but really getting to the, you know, I say procrastination, but there's, like we talked about, there's just so many layers to it. You know, it's self-doubt, it's fear, it's, you know, what if, like you said, what if it doesn't work out? What if, you know, I'm afraid to change, but change is constant. And if we're
Yeah.
not keeping up with the changes, right, it's really important. And what if you do grow? Yeah, maybe it is time for you to grow and get to that next level. And if you're afraid of, like, there was a book, and you probably remember that a long time ago, I remember reading Break the Status Quo. And when General Electric and a lot of big companies did that, their sales like tripled and doubled and, you know, went 10x because they stopped doing what everybody expected them to do. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace the change, because it's one of the things I teach. And I'll give a little tip here too. One of the things I teach is there's beauty in the unknown. I mean, when you think about it, you decide to embark on a vacation, wherever you're going, it's, you know, it's a new place. It's totally unknown, but you enjoy it. It's beautiful. Right? So why are we afraid of taking that next step, taking our business to the next level? It's the same thing. Same thing as going on a vacation. If you can relax and enjoy your vacation, and you've probably researched a lot more hours and days on where to go for it, there's no reason why you can't do that in your business as well. So it's just kind of like shifting perspective for people. And that's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, the thing with vacation, like you mentioned, people can look at pictures, they can get, you know, references from other people who've been there. But when it's your own business, I mean, there's two types of businesses. Either it's something you created from scratch, right? Or maybe you're a mortgage broker, real estate, or something like that, where, you know, you're part of a brokerage and stuff like that. You know, so the two different types of things. So, you know, sometimes it's, again, if it's something you created from scratch, maybe you just don't know how to expand it. You just don't even know if there's nothing there, like there's no template for you to follow, right? Like a vacation would be kind of a template. It's all prepackaged, it's all inclusive and stuff like that. But, you know, I think that's where people need guidance. You know, like my philosophy is more heads are better than one, right? There's no one person that has every single idea in the book, right? We all
no man is an island. Yeah.
Right. No person is an island, right? I like to be gender neutral, right? You know, exactly. It's true. So, you know what? People need to get new ideas from other people, bounce ideas, you know, see what work, and so that they can start to help, you know, plan and say, okay, this is what I may be able to do. Because people, they just have no concept of, you know, what could I do differently? Like, I don't know what I could do differently. I know I don't want to just keep doing the same thing all the time, but I think, you know, being with somebody who can give them extra ideas and that, right, and would be really valuable for them.
Yeah, like what you're saying too is what you're building, and what I'm building is community and tribe, right? So that people have somewhere they can go and feel they're not going to get judged for some ideas or need help in. That's right, where they can bounce ideas off people and not get judged or criticized, because we know our family members do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or friends or other people, they go, what, are you crazy? And it's like, no, you know, that idea or that thought came to you for a reason. It was inspired by you for a reason. And, you know, don't squash it because someone else can't see that vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But then if you have a community, like you have your referral groups, and I have my community and our tribes, right, where people can come and gather, like you have yours on a weekly basis, I'm going to have mine on a weekly basis, where they can come and sort of feel like they're part of a tribe and a community that understands them and can help them. So
exactly, they can share, and there's no stupid questions. Like sometimes in our referral group, someone will say, well, this might be a, you know, stupid question. I'm like, nothing, no question stupid, because you know what, there's probably someone else out there that's got the exact same question, right? So you know what, ask. But some people, that's the thing, they just don't know what to ask. They've never had a mentor, they've never had a coach or something like that. And, this is some of the best companies, the biggest companies out there, they've all had coaches, right? They've all,
Well, I've worked with a lot of VPs and CEOs and,
yeah,
and they're successful.
right.
And the way I look at it is everybody is like, think about how successful you have been until now and just 10x that or 2x it, and how much more successful you can become just by getting some tools to overcome some, self-sabotage or some self-doubt or some limiting or whatever it is, disempowering or whatever it is that's holding you back. Like if you feel like you're in quicksand and you keep sinking, it's, maybe it's time to sort of relax and get out of it and, and take the plunge and do some personal development for yourself. So.
Absolutely, right. When you develop yourself personally, then it's going to come out in your professional life. Right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. And I mean, there's all kind of situations out there, right? Where, so anyways, I'm just glad you're going to be speaking for us next Wednesday, Liz. And please get your ticket if you haven't already got one, right? To give us some free tips, right? And learn more about the different services you offer. Just quickly. So can you tell us about a recent client you've helped and kind of like where they started from and then where they got to after the program?
Sure. Well, one of my clients came to me during COVID because she thought it was COVID that was holding her back. And, she thought she was having a breakdown and all these kind of things. But when we dig deeper, we find out that, the stress, the anxiety, overwhelm, the procrastination has been going on for 3 or 4 years, even before COVID hit. Right. And she thought it was COVID that was causing all these problems. So that's the other thing that people have to learn is it's not the environment, it's what's going on inside, right? It's not the situation or circumstance, but it's what's going on inside. And so once, we dug deeper to find out exactly what's going on, she didn't know where to start. She felt like she had ADHD. That's what she told me, is because she felt like she was scattered. So it's a matter of just getting clear about what it is that you want, having that vision, finding, what is causing you stress, and then reducing that stress so that you can move your business forward. And within a short time, once she learned a couple of my tools, she started, I think her business was pretty stagnant. And when she started using the tools that I was giving her, she started getting clients are flowing in. She's now, doubled her income. She's now in the multiple 6 figures. So she's really excited. And looking to more, but of course she's going to get to the next level. And when you get to the next level, it may be a new devil. So there may be some other tools and techniques that she's going to need along the way as well. Right. So it's a continuous process and it's ongoing. So.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to hearing your tips next week in that. And, so everybody out there, please come out and see Liz. Of course, you're there to network for your business as well and meet potential clients and referral partners. So register today. The information's in the chat. And thank you so much for coming, Liz. I really appreciate you coming today.
Thanks, Tammy. I'm really honored, and thank you for the opportunity.